Nightmare Areola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, so I kind of touched on this in another video, but I wanted to make a separate video for this. Just get the discussion out there with the fans. I'll possibly do this video again on the heavy bag just to go over some of the things that I think that Stiverne can do differently in this rematch. Now, whether you like this fight or you don't like the fight, this is the fight that we're getting. All right, so I want to just move on to just breaking it down stylistically. And the question I have is, what can Stiverne do differently in this fight than the second fight? Now, some people may say, well, first of all, he needs to come in hydrated. And my thing is, I'm just really not big on excuses, you know what I mean? Unless you're in the fight and something breaks or tears during the fight. But if you're coming in not hydrated, that's pretty much on you. But with that said, though, yes, being hydrated is probably the number one thing you can do. But stylistically in the ring, when you break down the styles and their tendencies, I'm just having a hard time seeing Stiverne winning this fight. I think he can make it a little bit more competitive, but I just see Wilder being able to beat him, whether they're right in the middle of the ring trying to box each other, or is Wilder on his back foot, or is Wilder being aggressive. I think Stiverne has more of a chance of making it more competitive if Wilder is the aggressor. Stiverne has to find a place for that left hook. He landed some good hooks on Wilder. There was one in particular, I forget the round it was, it kind of snapped Wilder's head back. He did land some good left hooks, but he didn't land it often enough. And then the ones that he did land, Wilder was able to take them. You know what I mean? So I think when he tried to go for the hook this time, I think he needs to invest to the body. So then when he does land the hook, it'd be something that Wilder is not expecting. Some of those hooks, the way he was trying to throw the hook in the first fight, in my opinion, was pretty predictable. Although some of them were landing, it just seems as if Wilder knew it was coming. So I think maybe investing to the body and then opening up and then creating an opening upstairs without Wilder anticipating it can hurt him more because he's not, expecting a punch. He's not expecting the hooks. I think he needs to jab a little bit more and be first with the jab, or either try to jab with Wilder. He cannot let Wilder jab him to death first and then try to come out of his shell and throw punches, because then by that time either Wilder's sneaking a right hand behind it, or he's on the back foot and he's moving around and he's not there to be hit, because of just his massive reach that he's going to have on Stiverne. You know what I mean? So I think Stiverne needs to just jab. Just pump out his jab, be consistent, and try to double jab. Don't worry about jabbing to the face. Just jab towards the torso just to push Wilder back, and then try to create an opening for an overhand right, or try to get in close. And like I said, try to work the body with hard hooks and uppercuts. I think going to the body would be Stiverne's best bet, because he's shown that he has a chin. Some of those right hands, now he did get staggered and wobbled a few times in that fight. But for the most part, he was eating those right hands like M&Ms, and those left hooks and those right hooks. Stiverne was tough, man, as far as having a chin on him. He showed some toughness in the fight. So I think instead of trying to show his toughness way on the outside like that, where you can't even fire back, show that toughness on the inside. Try to rough Wilder up on the inside, where Wilder isn't, where Wilder does have his holes and some problems on the inside with his defense. Try to take advantage of it, man. That's what I think, Stiverne should do. Obviously, move his head a little bit more. And then it's just going to come down to how many rounds can he keep this up. And Stiverne does have the ability to stand flat-footed and shoot the jab from his hip and, try to, where he's moving his shoulders and moving his head a little bit and trying to hit you with the jab. He did it against Areola and a few other guys. He does go to that, but I think that will get him in trouble, because Wilder, if he goes to that style, Wilder's going to get at a safe range where he can just touch him with his jab and his right hand. And Stiverne's not going to be able to really peck away and be able to stand flat-footed like that, man, especially with his left hand down like that. Wilder would make him pay. Rossi made him pay in the last fight. If you guys want to see a clip of that knockdown, you could just type it into YouTube and type Mr. Boxing Today 2 along with Stiverne and Rossi, and that video will pop up. I put that clip on my page because that fight was not televised. But I do have footage of the knockdown. And it was a right hand right over Stiverne's low left hand. Stiverne was trying to, do the flat-footed thing and try to peck away with quick, little punches and ones and twos and pot shots, and he got caught. He can do it now. He's good at that when he's in there with the right opponent. But I think that's the worst thing to try to do with Wilder. I don't think, if anything, I think Wilder matches him in hand speed. That's something you do when when you got the good timing and you probably got better hand speed than the other guy. You know what I mean? And I think Wilder's timing is a little bit better than Stiverne's. I really don't know, man. I don't know how Stiverne is going to win. Now, there were a few times in the first fight where he had Wilder against the ropes, and Wilder did a good job of getting off the ropes. Majority of time in that fight, Stiverne's going to have to take advantage of those opportunities when Wilder is against the ropes and make those punches count. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. What do you guys think Stiverne can do? I'm trying to think of everything. I'm going to do some more studying of their styles. I pretty much got their styles down, man. But I'm going to really break it down, study it, and probably do a demonstration on the heavy bag of things that I think he can do. But just trying to create some discussion about this, man. Maybe you guys leave a good tip in the comment section that I'm not even thinking about, man. So let's try to get some discussion about this. You know what I mean? Stylistically, what can be done the second time around. For Wilder, I think he pretty much did everything he's supposed to do in the first fight, but I'm thinking not lay against the ropes at any time in the fight. And when you do, wrap up immediately. Don't even give Stiverne an opportunity to let punches go. You know what I mean? And let the ref break you and then get right back in the center of the ring and put that jab back on him. You know what I mean? And Wilder cannot wait to jab. That's one thing I noticed about Wilder. When he is having trouble with another guy's jab, is usually because that guy is going first or they're jabbing with Deontay. So I think Deontay just needs to establish his jab and sneak those right hands. Because sometimes when you're sneaking right hands behind jabs, sometimes I can get the other guy not to want to jab anymore because he know that right hand is coming and he might not want to stay too close in the pocket. It could discourage some guys, but Stiverne isn't the guy that's easily discouraged. You know what I mean? Stiverne seems like the type of dude that'll go out on his shield, but I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think of some things that Stiverne can do better in this fight to make it more competitive. But the left hook is a punch he needs to land. I think he needs to really throw the left hook combination where he's going left hook to the body and then left hook up top. But start with the body. Try to break Wilder down, hitting the body, really trying to attack his body, man. Just my opinion. You guys let me know what you think in the comments section. I'm out.